I am.
It's recording now, and I started the timer. All right. The first question is, in his book, Burgess talks about immersion. What is it, and how does it relate to your future profession?
I had a quote from page 14. It said, "Immersion is your ability to completely give yourself up to the moment and finally be with your students in an awesome and unmistakably powerful technique." And I said it affects our future profession because it's 100% our job to like be invested in our students and what we're teaching, and because like students can tell when a teacher's not fully like present or
Yeah, and I put that I wrote in my notebook, it reminded me of the leave it in the parking lot saying of like, you have to, anything else that's going on, it's going on out there, and what's going on in your classroom is going on in your classroom, and you need to fully be there and be with them. And then I had what you had written down, and then I also had the far more powerful to swim with your students than to be on the lifeguard stand.
Yeah.
Like, it's better for them, it's better for you.
I also said that whenever you show your student that you're completely into what you're teaching and you're completely into the moment, you also make them want to be completely in the moment with you. You inspire them to do the same as like you want to lead how you want them to be.
I was gonna say, like, it means every part of you is fully in it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? All right. Okay. So the next one says, on page 19, Burgess has the following quote from Sun Tzu. 100 victories in 100 battles is not the most skillful. Subduing the other's military without battle is the most skillful. What does this quote have to do with teaching and building rapport with students? So I put, if you're able to build rapport and relationships, students are more likely to talk with you, and talking leads to avoiding the problem, and avoiding the problem is a better skill than solving the problem.
Yeah, I kind of said like it means like fighting 100 battles doesn't show skill, but being able to like converse with someone without fighting and solve a problem, that shows more skill than like fighting 100 battles.
Being able to avoid the fight is skillful, not like winning the battle. That's what I put.
And for how it like affects our teaching, I said that there will be days where maybe we want to just like go off on another teacher or like done with a misbehaving student, but we show we're better by like not fighting with them and just like having a conversation to get to the bottom of an issue rather than creating confrontation or a fight out of something.
Yeah, and like, if you know that one child is going to have a bad reaction to something like this, knowing how to present that information is a better skill than knowing how to calm the child down after. Being able to prevent a meltdown is better than knowing how to stop one later. Like, if you don't know how to prevent one, then it's good to know how to stop one, but it's better to know how to prevent one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
All right. All right. Anything else? Okay. The next one is, one of the debates in education is, are good teachers born or are they made? Burgess discusses this on page 41. Do you agree with him? Why or why not?
I mean, I say they're made because, I mean, throughout your life, you're choosing which skills, like, you can choose which skills you want to put more effort into
What you
building, and like if there's any that you're going to kind of neglect.
Yeah, I agree. I put down here that like by the time you get to the same place as someone else, you could be better at the skills that are needed to be a teacher. So like if you built those skills during your childhood, like if you had a childhood where those skills were favored and built, then you might be better at it than someone in college who's just now building those skills. But that doesn't mean that that person can't put in a whole lot of hard work and surpass you. Like it's all about working and developing them. And I put nurtured and developed in all of us, which is his quote, and that's exactly what I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what I went with too. And like, also, you don't even have to be taught something to be good at it. Some people just have patience. They're just built with patience. They're built with wanting to help others. And sometimes few things happen in life that make you want to help others and make you want to be a better person or make you have patience. So kind of just depends, but you can get better at it.
Yeah, I agree that teachers are made and not born, because I feel like everything, no matter what, if you're in a sport, like no matter what, everything takes time and takes skill to like, you're not just gonna like be born a fabulous teacher. It takes work to like become a great teacher. You know, it's not like, oh, I'm born and I'm a great teacher. Like you have to put in the work to like become a great teacher.
Yeah, I agree. All right, are we ready for the next one? All right. In his section on transformation, Burgess states, for many students, school is filled with monotony, drudgery, and soul-killing suckiness. Too often, school is a place where creativity is systematically killed, individuality is stamped out, and boredom reigns supreme. As future educators, how are you going to ensure that your future students do not have this experience?
I always, whenever we did that PowerPoint at the beginning of the year, and we kind of put down like what's important to us and basically on like our life. And on my front page, I did like goals for my classroom because it was important to me, because I liked it when teachers would make goals in classrooms and kind of set standards. And one of my goals was to embrace individuality and creativity. And so that's how I would do it, and how I would do it. Maybe give projects like projects to show their creativity and how they all will do their own spin on things and embrace those things.
Yeah, I kind of said something along the lines of that. Just kind of how through every worksheet, every project, every little drawing, whatever it is, just like I want the kids to show their individuality through it. Like oftentimes teachers, I feel like, are like, okay, this is what we're drawing, these are the colors we're using, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like a lot of times you just gotta like let go and not tell them how to color, not tell them what colors to use, just like see what their imagination does and where it takes them. Because I think it's so cool, like in an elementary school, to walk down the halls and you see the exact same art project, but how different each project looks, because every kid is so different.
Yeah. I kind of like thought a while and was kind of like trying to push myself to come up with exact like techniques and stuff like that. And then I kind of realized that, like, because I would do something and I'm like, well, if that happened, then that wouldn't work. If this happened, then that wouldn't work. And so I kind of realized that it was all about reading the class and getting to know the class and learning what worked for every individual class and having that skill, because I don't think that the same technique will work with every single class. I think being happy and being positive and listening to students, that works every time. But there's not like one set, like if I do this thing, then they're all gonna like it, because not all of them would like it. And it's about reading the students and making sure every student, because don't take away their individuality. Every single student is different, and every single student will have something that they will need in a class to make it enjoyable or make it something that they don't think that they suck at and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I put as like reading a class and adjusting or giving them the chance to do something that makes it better for them. So.
Oh yeah, I was thinking you have to be willing to bend and adapt to your students. Because I don't know, like the idea you initially have may not work for the class overall, or honestly, they might view it differently than you do.
Yeah, I completely understand. Like, I've done 2 years of summer camp, and I've had about 2,000 kids come in and out of there. And I can do 1 week, I can do a camp activity with these kids that absolutely kills. Everybody loves it. It's their favorite activity. And I do the exact same thing next week, thinking it's going to go great. And all those kids are like, this is boring. This is stupid. This is hard. I don't want to do this. So it's like the same, like, if you're like, this activity is going to work every single time, you're a little optimistic there. So, yeah. All right, is that everybody good?
Yep.
All right, okay, and